Welcome to the Explainer. Look, today we're mapping out something that is completely upending the entire entrepreneurial life cycle. We are moving way beyond basic chatbots here, and we're exploring how artificial intelligence is stepping up as a foundational partner in building a business from scratch.
We're starting off with a massive question, one that literally everyone in the business world is grappling with right now. Is AI just a fancy writing assistant, or is it actually capable of making the complex, high-stakes, unstructured decisions that traditionally define the role of a founder or a CEO?
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll meet your new AI co-founder, see it act as a strategist, build out dynamic user personas, perfect that sales pitch, and finally, we'll talk about the AI investor.
All right, let's jump right into part one, meeting your AI co-founder. MIT Sloan's Ethan Mollick has been championing this incredibly cool concept. He says we need to stop treating AI as just a piece of software and start treating it as your actual co-founder. You know, founders are expected to juggle a million time-consuming tasks they often aren't even experts in, everything from coding websites to drafting marketing emails. As Mollick points out, AI steps in to handle all that heavy lifting, freeing you up to focus purely on your absolute top skill. And to prove this, Mollick ran a little experiment. He set a timer for literally just 30 minutes. In that single half hour, his AI co-founder cranked out a product launch plan, an email campaign, 9,200 words of text, a full website proposal, a voice file, and a launch script. That is weeks of work, completely condensed into the time it takes to drink a coffee.
Moving on to step 2, AI as the strategist.
So can an AI actually strategize? Well, the data from a really fascinating study by Sopotra shed some light on this. Researchers took business plans submitted to a leading European startup accelerator and then had an AI generate alternative business plans for those exact same startup ideas. They then had 250 experienced investors blindly evaluate both sets. And guess what? The AI-generated strategies actually scored higher on average than the plans written by the human entrepreneurs.
The results were wild. The human evaluators weren't just impressed. They were actually 5% more likely to recommend accepting the AI's plans into the accelerator, and 3% more likely to invest their own money into the AI's ideas. Even more incredibly, the AI showed the greatest impact when rescuing lower-rated human plans. It totally leveled the playing field, proving that AI can genuinely formulate high-quality, viable execution strategies.
Okay, next up, Section 3, building dynamic user personas. Once your strategy is locked in, you gotta figure out exactly who you're selling to, right? Now, traditional marketing relies heavily on static personas. You know, a bunch of marketers sitting in a room guessing that their target audience is a 35-year-old manager who likes golf. AI completely flips this. It builds dynamic, living avatars based on real-time behavioral data, transactional history, and actual intent signals. It doesn't guess, it watches what people actually do. And honestly, this shift is absolutely vital. A Gartner report recently found that a staggering 80% of marketers admit their traditional, static models just aren't cutting it anymore. The old way of guessing demographics is failing.
To make these AI personas actually work, you use something called an activation loop. Think of it as a continuous, living feedback cycle. You define the actions that actually lead to revenue. Wire those specific signals into your ad platforms. Personalize the offers the user sees, and then close the loop by feeding all that data back into your CRM. McKinsey notes that mastering this AI-driven loop can bump your revenue by up to 15%. It literally turns a static profile into a living, breathing revenue asset.
Right, moving on to Section 4, perfecting the sales pitch. So you've got your living customer avatar. Now you need the perfect message. And crafting tailored pitches for hundreds of leads, that takes days. But a recent Monday.com report shows that 82% of sales reps say AI is a massive productivity booster here, allowing them to generate highly personalized pitches at an incredible scale, almost instantly. But hey, do not just click generate and hope for the best. To avoid sounding like a generic robot, you really need to follow a strict framework. You have to feed the AI accurate customer data, define your success metrics, train it relentlessly on your specific brand voice, inject some real-world social proof, and constantly track your results to refine the output. And the crazy part, it goes way beyond just writing the text. AI can actually act as your personal sales coach now.
It can analyze recordings of your pitch rehearsals and give you real-time, completely objective feedback on your pacing, your tone, your enthusiasm, and exactly where you need to pause and add some impactful silences.
A quick warning, though, if you rely on AI too heavily, it will definitely backfire. Sending out generic templates without a human touch or ignoring sudden shifts in your prospect's industry, that'll ruin your credibility in seconds. You have to continually update the AI with fresh training data so it actually evolves alongside the real world.
Finally, Section 5, the AI investor. Your strategy is set, your pitch is polished, and now it's time to face the investors, who, believe it or not, might just be an AI today. Returning to that Simpultra study, researchers took 138 real business plans and had them evaluated by both experienced venture capitalists and an AI. The result was a really robust 0.52 correlation. The AI and the elite human experts were remarkably aligned on key metrics like the team, financials, and market opportunity.
Because AI correlates so closely with human venture capitalists, the implications here are massive. High-quality appraisal and strategic advice? That's no longer a human bottleneck. Entrepreneurs can now use AI to rapidly stress test their ideas at scale, getting actionable, VC-level feedback before they ever set foot in a boardroom.
Which brings us to a really profound realization. If AI is capable of generating the strategy, dynamically designing the user personas, writing and coaching the pitch, and even playing the role of the evaluating investor, what exactly is the role left for us, the human entrepreneurs?
Well, as MIT's Ethan Mollick concluded, the ultimate power of entrepreneurship isn't just about drafting docs or analyzing data, it's about taking action amidst uncertainty. AI can map the terrain for you, but you still have to walk the path. So, with your new highly capable AI co-founder ready and waiting to work, what are you going to build today? Thanks for joining us on this explainer, and we will see you next time.